On this edition of City Focus, see highlights of the Brown Bag Lunch concert series. The city hosts a neighborhood cleanup. These stories and more on this edition of City Focus. Welcome to City Focus. I'm Marcus Mecanico, the media coordinator for the city of Valdosta. This is the 8th episode of City Focus in 2021. City Focus is your source for what's happening within your government. Here are the most important topics that are happening in the city. On May 6th, U.S. Senator Jon Ossoff was in Valdosta meeting with elected officials to discuss Valdosta On Demand.
I want to begin by commending the city leadership for this truly impressive Valdosta On Demand initiative. This is the kind of imaginative, creative leadership to provide the people of Valdosta with such a valuable public service. This new transit service, it's flexible. It is already raising the quality of life and the standard of living for folks here in Valdosta, helping folks get around town and live their lives more affordably, more efficiently.
He applauded city council members for approving the new microtransit that provides affordable transportation for those in need.
I really commend the city leadership and look forward to working with the city leadership as we craft this infrastructure legislation to support this project and projects like this one.
He also discussed the American Rescue Plan and how it will help local governments and schools in the area.
Valdosta City Schools will receive $46.8 million in direct financial support from the federal government to ensure a full and safe reopening and to make the next school year the best in the district's history. I know this has been such a difficult time for parents and educators and students, and there's no time to lose in fully reopening our schools and making these investments in opening them safely. Lowndes County Schools, $23 million. And Mr. President, I am very pleased to announce that my staff has confirmed with the White House and the Department of Education, and I can announce today that Valdosta State University will be receiving approximately $27.8 million in direct financial support through the American Rescue Plan. And for those at home who are in the Albany area, Albany State will be receiving approximately $20 million in direct financial support.
On May 11th, Governor Kemp visited Valdosta to discuss the signing of the state's budget.
I'm honored to be on the road today with our Lieutenant Governor as we celebrate signing an incredible 2022 budget, one that I can imagine most people had no idea would be this good.
One portion of the budget includes funds for a new performing arts center for Valdosta State University.
This budget, as Dr. Carvajal mentioned, includes $12.4 million for the Valdosta State University Performing Arts Center. Go Blazers!
Governor Kemp says the 2020 budget leaves Georgia in great shape for the upcoming year and for the future of the state.
The budget that I signed yesterday afternoon puts Georgia on a path to a safer, brighter, and more prosperous future. This balanced budget does not raise taxes. It does not cut essential services or enact widespread furloughs or layoffs. We have preserved our AAA bond rating. Our rainy day fund remains incredibly strong, and our continued support of economic development efforts have brought historic levels of job growth and investment as the #1 state in the country for business for an unprecedented 8th year in a row.
During National Police Week, the city and county held their annual law enforcement prayer on the steps of historic Lowndes County Courthouse.
I think it's great. It feels very honorable. That's why I try to make it here. It's just great. We're lucky to be in a city that really backs us up, and that includes the citizens. So it's not just all of the official people.
The officers appreciate the support they receive from the Valdosta community.
We all have one common goal, and it's to make it safer in our city. We all care for each other, and the prayer says it all. You know, they're praying for us to get back home to our families, which is what we want to do. And we want to keep every other family in the city safe. Choosing to be a police officer, it is a very big decision to make, and we do it because we love it. For those who think it's the pay, it's not. We do it because we legitimately love what we do.
We thank all of our police officers for their service to the community.
Thank you. COVID-19 has hit our community real hard.
We're dying from coronavirus at almost double the national rate.
If we come together, we have the power to save what matters to us, our Black lives.
There's power in protecting your loved ones.
There's power in wearing a mask and social distancing.
There's power in knowing the facts and using your voice.
Let's fight COVID-19. Visit bethepowerofus.org.
Oscar the Grouch here to tell you, yeah, you, to wear a mask out in public around other people. Sure, it'll keep you healthy, but more importantly, I won't have to see your happy, smiling face. And if you don't want to wear a mask, I've just got one thing to tell you. Scram! Go away!
Caring for each other because we are all in this together.
So wear a mask and have a rotten day, will ya?
Welcome back to City Focus. I'm sitting here with City Manager Mark Barber, and we're going to be talking about a very important topic here in the city, public transportation. We're about to get started, so tell the people a little bit about what's going on.
Absolutely, Marcus, you're right, exactly right. It is an exciting time here in our city. Public transit is something that we've looked at for a number of years now, and because we wanted to do it right when we decided to do it, because Valdosta is a little unique. And the fact that we're not large enough for the traditional, what folks think of a fixed route system such as a MARTA or something like that, but yet we need something. We're large enough to need something. So we're in that in-between stage. So over the past years, we've done our due diligence in studying different type of transit systems. And finally, April 27th, we're going to launch our first public transit system here in Valdosta called Valdosta On Demand.
Okay, and this system is going to be sort of similar to some of the popular rideshare options. Price is going to be a little bit different. But can you tell a little bit about if I want to take a ride on the 27th or beyond, how do I do it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's what we're calling it. Microtransit is what we're calling. Similar to Uber, but not exactly like Uber. Something in between that. And so when you want to go somewhere, you can call from your home. There's a toll-free number that's 24/7 hotline. Or if you're technology savvy, get on your computer, your cell phone, whatever you may have, and go to the app, and you can make your reservations on there. So it's just that easy. One of the things we're looking forward to, where it's a little bit different from Uber, is the fact that, let's say you had 3 call-ins, and we have a driver in that area. They'll say, okay, can you meet on the corner of this street, and we'll pick all 3 of you up at the same time. Yeah. So we have that available, that option available to you if you so choose. But if you say no, I just want to be picked up at my doorstep, that's exactly what we'll do for you.
Okay. Now you can find those apps on Google Play,
right,
and the App Store. Just search Valdosta On Demand.
That's right.
And you go through the process, download it, and
That's
it's
right.
there for you. Now, for those people who, obviously there's lots of people in the community who don't have transportation, and this is going to help them. But also you got people who are disabled.
That's right.
What do we have for those people?
Okay, great question. You're right. We have 2 right now. We're starting small. We're going to start with 7 vehicles, a fleet of 7. Then gather the data and see how we need to grow. But out of that 7, 2 are designated for handicap. They're wheelchair accessible and things of that nature. And the drivers will help that passenger, to get on the vehicle as well as disembark from the vehicle. So we've tried to think about every segment of our community, and because you're right, everybody needs the transportation to get to the basic functions of the grocery store, the medical exam, things of that nature. So we're hoping we didn't overlook any population in our community.
And the transit's going to be running from, if I remember correctly, 6 to 9 every day, Monday through Friday. And how much is it going to cost me?
Well, it's going to be $2 every time you step into the vehicle. So we feel that's very reasonable. But as you said, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9, and as we gather data, and as ridership changes, we'll evaluate all that data so we can make real intelligent decisions for our community. And if those hours need to expand or change, we'll have that data now to make those type of decisions for the future.
And I know we're starting this here in Valdosta. How far does the transit go out?
In the city limits of Valdosta, as long as we're in the urbanized area of the city of Valdosta, we're good, and we can take take you there, pick you up, and bring you home.
And as I understand it, we're also working with Wiregrass.
One of the third-party contractor that we're contracting this with asked us for some outlying areas that we might need to go to that were not actually in the city limits, and one of those being Wiregrass to help students to and from class. So we think that was a good win for both VIA and the city of Valdosta and Wiregrass.
Now, as far as the reception that I've heard is everything's been good, and I know we have a couple council members that are really excited about this. Now, what's the reception you've heard about this once the announcements have been made?
So far, it's wonderful, positive comments. So while we appreciate those comments, now we need you to ride in one of our Valdosta On Demand vehicles to make this a success.
Okay. And they're pretty obvious to see. The vans are wrapped in yellow and black. They say Valdosta On Demand. Once again, we start on the 27th. Is there anything else you want people to know about Valdosta On Demand?
Well, we know in South Georgia, public transportation isn't, it's something that we're going to have to modify our behavior. So we're going to do a lot of marketing, a lot of public education to help folks get that feel for taking one of our Valdosta On Demand. We will be offering 10 free trips when we first kick off. So just take advantage of that. I invite the community to take advantage of those free trips and see if you like it. I'm going to show my age here, but I think it's going to be try it and you'll like it. And continue that, because again, we need the ridership, and we're just real excited about it. There's so many facets to it, not only to help folks get from one place to the other, but it's an economic stimulus. A lot of folks looking to come into our community and need new economic prospect. They want to make sure they have public transportation for the employees they're going to bring in to make sure they have a work base that can come and work and be able to go home in the evening. So just a whole checklist of items, environmental. If we can get less vehicles off the road, we all know how that benefits our atmosphere. So it's a checklist of things, but again, we want to make sure folks that need transportation within our city receive that service.
Okay. I don't know that I have any other questions for you. I'm excited. I think everybody involved with the city is also excited.
Oh, absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. We'll be back here on City Focus.
Fresh off the COVID-19 vaccine, it's the Johnson & Johnson one shot. I asked them which they'd rather me take. They said it would be this one because it's the newest to the general public. They just started giving it this week. So I just encourage you to pick any of the three: the Pfizer vaccine, the Moderna vaccine, or the brand new Johnson & Johnson one shot as well, to help your fellow friends and neighbors, protect them as you would protect your family as well. Please, people, do your part, protect your community, protect your friends and your loved ones as well. I encourage you to get out and get vaccinated.
On May 1st, the City of Valdosta held one of its hotspot cleanups in the JL Lomax Drive area of the city.
We're having our semi-annual Spring Hotspot Cleanup. The Spring Hotspot Cleanup is where we go out and all throughout the week, Monday through Friday, crews from Public Works, Engineering Department, the Fire Department, Police Department.
These cleanups are a week-long process that include each city department.
They come out, they clean right-of-ways, clear right-of-ways, fix potholes, trim shrubs, trim leaves. Arbor comes out and they clean, cut trees, trim trees back. Public Works comes through twice a week. We pick up what the citizens have put out during the week for the cleanup. They can put it out all week free of charge. We come through, we pick it up.
These efforts are a way to keep Valdosta clean, particularly in areas that are troubled spots. The hope is to clean them before they're too far gone.
Are basically to help clean up the city, basically what they're called the spring hotspot cleanups. We take an area, we get a bigger area because we do have volunteers to come in, so that gives us the opportunity to do a bigger area where we can get more trash off the streets, more litter.
For more information, contact the Community Sustainability Coordinator, Teresa Turner, at 229-259-3588. Photographers, start taking your pictures for the 13th annual Valdosta's People's Choice Photo Contest. $700 in cash prizes will be awarded to the winners. Deadline for entry is May 14th. This year's contest includes several categories, and all photos must be taken within Lowndes County. The entry fee is $12 for one photo, $20 for two.
Very short time, all these walls will be filled with the photographs that people have taken across our beautiful county and city. So we welcome you to participate, and we just thank the Coleman Tally business that sponsored it again this year, and the city of Valdosta for being such great partners, and you to get out there and take some pictures and share them with the community.
Until the contest begins, residents can visit the current exhibits at the Turner Center for the Arts.
Don't wait until the photo contest to come visit the Turner Center, because there's so much beautiful art throughout the gallery. Our 34th annual Spring into Art exhibition is going on right now through the middle of June, and you're invited to come out and look at all the beautiful creations that people have made.
To enter the 2021 People's Choice Photo Contest, follow the link at valdostacity.com. Earlier in the show, we showed you highlights of a city-sponsored neighborhood cleanup, which is just one of the efforts to keep the city clean. We encourage all citizens to do their part to help keep Valdosta a clean city to live in. Just keep your yard and surrounding areas go a long way. This concludes another edition of City Focus. Be sure to visit our website, valdostacity.com. Like us on Facebook, Valdosta, City Without Limits. Also join Nextdoor for city updates. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at City of Valdosta, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Metro 17 Valdosta, to watch City Focus on demand. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. here on City Focus.